Missiles are attractive to many nations because they can be used effectively against an adversary with a formidable air defense system, where an attack with manned aircraft would be impractical or too costly. Missiles also have the advantage of fewer maintenance, training, and logistic requirements than manned aircraft. The terms ballistic missile and cruise missile appear in news articles and videos wherever there is a missile test. Many countries view ballistic and cruise missile systems as cost-effective weapons and symbols of national power. Cruise missiles and ballistic missiles are used by many nations as offensive and defensive technology. How do cruise missiles and ballistic missiles maneuver, and what are the differences between the basic principles of these maneuvers? Guided cruise and ballistic missiles were first used when Germany attacked targets in England and Northern Europe with V-1 cruise missiles and V-2 ballistic missiles during World War II. Although these missiles were inaccurate, their use resulted in tens of thousands of Allied casualties. Ballistic missiles. According to the Federation of American Scientists, a ballistic missile is one that has a ballistic trajectory over most of its flight path. What that means is that once the missile burns up the fuel that propels it, the missile keeps moving, the same way that a bullet does after it's been fired out of a gun. Ballistic missiles climb very high, exiting the atmosphere. According to Wikipedia, short-range ballistic missiles stay within the Earth's atmosphere, while intercontinental ballistic missiles, ICBMs, are launched on a suborbital trajectory. By one definition, a suborbital spaceflight reaches an altitude higher than 100 kilometers above sea level, this altitude known as the Kármán line. Once the fuel is gone, the missile's direction can't be altered. It follows a path determined by the speed of its launch and the force of gravity trying to pull it back towards the Earth's surface. Eventually, gravity guides the missile and its payload, which might be an explosive, a chemical or biological weapon, or a nuclear device, down towards its target. There are 4 general classifications of ballistic missiles. Short-range ballistic missiles, traveling less than 1,000 kilometers, approximately 620 miles. Medium-range ballistic missiles, traveling between 1,000 to 3,000 kilometers, approximately 620 to 1,860 miles. Intermediate-range ballistic missiles, traveling between 3,000 and 5,500 kilometers, approximately 1,860 to 3,410 miles. And intercontinental ballistic missiles, ICBMs, traveling more than 5,500 kilometers, making virtually any target in the world vulnerable. Short and medium-range ballistic missiles are referred to as theater ballistic missiles, whereas ICBMs or long-range ballistic missiles are described as strategic ballistic missiles. Ballistic missiles can travel extremely quickly along their flight path. An ICBM can strike a target within a 10,000-kilometer range in about 30 to 35 minutes. With terminal speeds of over 5,000 meters per second, ballistic missiles are much harder to intercept than cruise missiles due to the much shorter time available. As an example, the Russian RS-28 Sarmat ICBM can reach almost 25,000 kilometers per hour or well over 15,000 miles per hour. To further complicate matters, most ICBMs carry not a unitary large warhead, but several smaller and fully independent nuclear missiles called MIRVs, Multiple Independently Targeted Reentry Vehicle. The Sarmat can carry up to 24 MIRVs. Each MIRV carries nuclear warheads with yields ranging anywhere from hundreds of kilotons to a few megatons. Each MIRV can hit a target hundreds of kilometers away from each other, and some MIRVs will carry decoys and countermeasures, putting additional stress on defensive systems. Ballistic missiles are some of the most feared weapons available, despite the fact that cruise missiles are cheaper, more mobile, and more versatile. As of now, no country has fired an ICBM as an act of war against another country, although some countries have tested these missiles in practice exercises. Cruise missiles. Cruise missiles are unmanned vehicles that are propelled by jet engines, much like an airplane, with turbofan engines in particular being preferred due to their greater efficiency at low altitude. They range in speed from subsonic to hypersonic. While less common, supersonic and hypersonic cruise missiles utilize ramjet and scramjet engines. They can be launched from ground, airplane, and sea platforms like submarine or surface warships. They tend to have shorter ranges than ballistic missiles. Unlike ballistic missiles, cruise missiles are usually categorized by intended missions and launch mode instead of maximum range. The two broadest categories are land attack cruise missiles, LACMs, and anti-shipping cruise missiles, ASCMs. The success of U.S. Tomahawk cruise missiles during the Persian Gulf War has heightened interest in cruise missile acquisition in many countries. Cruise missiles can fly to their targets at varying altitudes as long as they remain within the atmosphere. The trajectory of most remains close to the Earth's surface, sometimes skimming just meters above the ground. Their low flight path makes it much harder for most radar and sensor systems to detect the missile unless the radar or sensor system is airborne and directed towards the ground. Some cruise missiles will fly only at high altitudes and dive sharply down once they reach their target. Flying at high altitude can extend the range of the missile because it's more fuel efficient than flying at lower altitudes. However, this also makes the missile more susceptible to missile defense systems since today's radars and sensors are typically positioned to detect and track high-altitude threats. Cruise missiles can also mix their flight trajectory between high and low altitude in order to get the benefits of both. In this instance, cruise missiles will typically fly at a high altitude early in their flight to help extend their range, but as they approach their target or missile defenses, they will fly down to a lower sea-skimming, terrain-hugging altitude to help it evade detection and defenses. The hallmark of a cruise missile is its incredible accuracy. Most cruise missiles have a range of less than 300 kilometers, with the longer-range ones barely reaching 1,600 kilometers. A common statement made about the cruise missile is, it can fly 1,000 miles and hit a target the size of a single-car garage. Cruise missiles can use multiple guidance methods in order to accurately place their ordnance on the desired target and avoid missile defense systems. One of the first methods used by cruise missiles was inertial guidance, which is still used today and allows the missile to fly along a flight path programmed prior to launch. Another guidance method is terrain contour matching, TERCOM, which compares a terrain map to the current terrain the missile is flying over to ensure the missile is flying on the correct path. Some use GPS systems which require connection to either GPS or GLONASS satellite system, but can help ensure the missile follows the correct flight path and strikes the final target using specific coordinates with a high degree of accuracy. Other guidance methods are primarily used in the terminal phase of flight to increase accuracy. One is a laser-guided system which uses a sensor to detect its target painted by a laser. However, this can be unreliable because dust and smoke can interfere with the laser, or the missile may not always be able to see the laser or painted target. Another terminal guidance method is TV guidance, in which an operator uses a camera in the nose of the missile to visually identify and manually guide the missile to the target in its final phase. This method also gives the operator the option to abort the strike in the final phase if an anomaly is detected. A radar seeker is also used in the nose of some missiles to identify and/or keep the missile on target in the terminal phase. These radar seekers use either passive radar, which detects radar emissions of their target, or active radar, which emits their own radar to detect their target. Infrared IR guidance, directing the missile towards heat-emitting objects such as engines, may also be used by cruise missiles in the terminal phase. However, because of its simplicity, IR guidance cannot differentiate between friendly, adversarial, or extraneous IR signals in a crowded battlefield, and is usually used in conjunction with other guidance systems. The last guidance system used by cruise missiles is Digital Scene Matching Area Correlation, DSMAC, which uses a camera in the missile to find the desired target and match it to a stored image using an image correlator. Cruise missiles form a major part of modern warfare and have spread extensively to all branches of the military. Their effective use in a modern conflict can change the outcome of war without resorting to nuclear weapons. Improvements in cruise missile technology will see more intelligent, self-maneuvering, and hypersonic missiles flood the world market. But whatever happens, cruise missiles will remain one of the most reliable weapons for the foreseeable future.